So the title stands correct in the stance that effectively what I'm trying to do, or at least what I aim to do, especially next year, is make two video games in a single year using AI. Now, again, I get plenty of controversy for the stuff I do, but I want to use this video to talk more about my approach and what I plan to do in order to do this. So I'm going to start this video off by saying that what matters the most to me is making games that are good and that are enjoyed by the people that play them. And how, effectively, the way I'm going to be going about doing this is I'm going to be using AI, right? And I have been using AI to, for example, do all the coding and editing, to make all the images for the game, the videos for the game, the music for the game, and the voiceovers for the game. Now, again, that's plenty of stuff to outsource and use with AI. And a lot of people obviously are simply not going to like what I do. And that's fine. Because, again, what matters to me is the players that play the game and if they actually enjoy it. Because, hey, if people don't enjoy the game that I play, then, well, I'm going to have to, go back to the drawing board and, figure that out, right? So that's really what I'm thinking. Now, in terms of this specific time frame and making two games in a single year, now, from my understanding, which maybe there's not much of an understanding, a lot of in order to, or at least for most, developers when making games, it will often take them, maybe a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years. It depends on if they're an individual, what type of game it is, and for example, how many people are working on the project. But generally speaking, it's going to take them, a good bit of time. Now, at the moment, I basically been focusing on trying to get my first game out, and I've started making, or at least doing, this AI game development journey since about June this year. So basically June 2025. At the time of recording, it is the 20th well, effectively, pretty much the end of this year of 2025. So effectively, I've pretty much been doing this for what might as well be, about, almost about 6 months, or around 6 months. And this journey has effectively been a huge learning journey. I'm still learning with what I'm doing, and I've been changing a few things over time. And what I found is that, look, by the time I release this game, it pretty much will be about 6 to 7 months of, having been doing what I've been doing. Now, what I have found is that over time, I've learned effectively how to make my process more efficient. I've switched what I'm doing, where I'm no longer doing the code with ChatGPT, but I'm now doing it with something called Cursor, which effectively is done for you coding. So that's pretty useful. And going from there. Now, what I am finding is, look, once I've got that first game out, then really from there, it's like when I'm starting my second game, I'm starting with experience. Or experience on the processor system, right? And don't get me wrong, I don't know how to write code. I don't. And, I'm, happy to basically say that, I'm not a real game developer. I don't really care. Again, what I care about is if I can make a game which I would enjoy playing, and if I would enjoy playing the game, I'd hope that other people would as well. That's quite simply my only real motives with this. So that's pretty much what I'm planning to do. And again, it's like thinking, okay, well, if it's taken me 6 to 7 months to get this first game out, then chances are, ideally, I should be able to make, my second game in 6 months or just under 6 months, and so on and so forth. So that's pretty much effectively what I'm doing. Now, I'm not going to delve, really deep into my current process. I believe I've got another video or a few videos sort of on that sort of stuff. But what I will say is this. I believe that this could genuinely be a viable route for people that want to get into game development, where effectively you are pretty much outsourcing a lot of the work to AI. Now, people can definitely, make the argument that, okay, well, it's not your work, you didn't do anything, and, whatever it might be. And to that argument, I'd say that's fair enough. Right, a lot of the criticism I get, honestly, I don't necessarily disagree with a lot of it. I think a lot of the points people make is fair, and what I do might not necessarily be the right thing to do. And people can always, look at ethics and whatever. But again, I think it's different for everyone. I think for me, again, I'm going to say it again, but it's the player's experience which matters most to me. And for me, at least, I enjoy making things. I enjoy being able to build projects which I can look at and think, yeah, that was pretty cool. right? And there is still some level of work to things. Obviously, nothing in comparison to what other people will be doing if they're learning code and writing it all, right? But again, it just matters to me in terms of just the experience. If I can make good games, which I would enjoy playing and other people enjoy playing, that's cool. And if I can eventually make a living from it, then that's even better. But that's pretty much my thoughts on this video. That's pretty much my, like, effectively what I plan to do, to be making two games effectively, ideally every single year. But we'll have to see how things go next year. And just going to be following my process of using Cursor to be doing and writing and making and editing all of the script, using ChatGPT to make the images, using Runway to make videos for my game, and then using other things such as Suno for the music for my game, and even things like 11 Labs and other AI to make the voiceovers for my game. I want to try and make cool games. I want to try and make cool experiences. And if I can use it with AI and make those cool experiences, then that's what matters to me. But again, let me know your thoughts on this video. I am genuinely curious to see your take on this, and I'll catch you soon.